Thank you, Madam Chair. Appreciate the time, the work that went into this, putting this together. And I appreciate the panel, not just for coming here today, but for all the work that they've done over the last year to get us to where we're at today. The authorization of safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines gives America hope, but we must continue to follow the CDC guidelines in the United States. The variant first identified in the United Kingdom is spreading quickly, even as we have seen a reduction in overall cases. I want to be looking forward in the coming months as to how we can be prepared to respond to future variants and future diseases with the potential to turn into global pandemics. In the American Rescue Plan Act, Congress allotted $1.75 billion that will be provided to the CDC for SARS-CoV-2 genomic sequencing and surveillance. And there is a real urgency to this project, and we must become better at attacking new COVID variants and ensuring that variants that are potentially more contagious, deadly, and even resistant to variants do not spread. I have a number of tribes. They got tremendously impacted, and they have there's a lot of disparities going on both with tribes and throughout our country. We have to also address those issues quickly. And I want to thank Dr. Walensky on the work that she had remarked on the Navajo Tribal Utility Authority and the Navajo Energy and Construction Authority. Permanent solutions are needed in these areas. Yeah, I was going to ask a series of questions of different folks, but I want to use my time to identify we have to address this issue. But at the same time, the other viruses in the world or that may be coming are not going to stop because we're working on just this issue. So I want to ask each of the panelists, starting with Dr. Fauci, what do we need to do as a Congress? I don't think we can't afford to wait 2 years to start looking to the future. We have to do it now. So starting with Dr. Fauci, can you tell me, identify what do we need to do? How are we going to get there? And what does Congress need to do?
Well, one of the things that Congress has already done, Congressman O'Halloran, with the American Rescue Act and the extraordinary generosity of money that was put into that, is that there are components of that that are directed specifically to SARS-CoV-2, but will have spin-offs for long-term durable preparedness for pandemics of the future. In fact, as you continue to prepare and respond to what's going on right now, you're giving the building blocks of what we're going to be doing to have the structure and the capability of responding in the future. So they really are joined. So I want to just express my appreciation and all my colleagues at the NIH for the fact that this has been done, and this money will be extremely well spent looking forward.
Dr. Walensky, can you take that up? But I also want to say, that's what we've spent now. What are we going to be looking for in the future? We just cannot afford, just like a military process, we can't afford to be caught the way we were ever again. So how do we get to where we need to be?
Thank you so much. So let me echo the gratitude for the resources that we have received to jumpstart things now for the $1.7 billion for the variant genomic sequencing, as you note. What we need to do is lay the foundation now, and then we need longitudinal resources to ensure that we can keep that foundation both in the public health infrastructure, in epidemiology and data monitorization, as well as in global health leadership and global security, so that we can support global efforts, we can take global leadership, and we can create in-country capacity for our global health partners.
Thank you. And just quickly, how do you feel about the fact that we're where we need to go? What's the time issue here as far as, how soon will we get World Health Organization to work with us continuously, the other countries of the world to do that, and to make sure that we recognize the third world countries and the disparities in America and what has to be brought about?
sir.
We're act-
Yeah, sorry. Well, we're doing it already because that's the reason why we went right back into the WHO. We're going to be giving the resources that have been held back, and we're joining COVAX. So we are already doing that. Dr. Walensky, you were going to say something.
I was going to echo exactly what you said. We're already working in 60 countries with over 150 projects. We're actively engaged with the WHO, and we've had long-standing partnership with them.
I would just, Madam Chair, I would just wish that everybody would bring the continuing work back to us, please, on a regular basis. Thank you, Madam Chair, and
Thank you.
sorry for the overrun.
Gentleman